Gentlemen, how are we feeling about the team selection, first and foremost? Very quickly, your thoughts, Michael.
A little bit surprised with Manchester United. I must say I thought Casemiro would start, very experienced, and Sesko starting his first game is quite interesting as well. Of course, with City, Donnarumma making his debut is the big headline.
Quick reactions?
Yeah, I'm worried about the centre of the park. Ugarte and Bruno in there, that's a big worry. Mazraoui as well, he's just come back from injury, so for me, we'll see how they get on.
Yeah, looking forward to it. I think Donnarumma was always going to start for Man City, so it's a huge game for him to come in for. But you know, he's got the class and experience to cope with that quite comfortably, you would think.
Okay, we'll discuss more about the team selection in just a moment because, like you rightly said, it's a heck of a game for Donnarumma to start. Claudio Bravo's first game for City was in the Manchester derby as well, all those years ago. But if we go back even further, almost to the day, the 20th of September 2009, the 153rd Manchester derby, who scored the winner in what Sir Alex called the greatest derby, the best derby ever? Was it you?
I seem to remember, so it was a long time ago. I'm struggling to recall it now, but no, great moment. It was early on in my Manchester United career. I think I was only there for 3 or 4 games when that game came along, so important one to make me feel, you know, like I was part of the club. And yeah, it goes down as one of the most exciting derbies. I mean, I've seen better games. I think it was just the way it ebbed and flowed towards the end that caused all the drama.
Do you remember who got 3 assists in that game?
3 assists? Giggsy?
Yes, he did.
Right.
Giggs got 3 assists.
Right? Okay.
But who got man of the match?
Darren Fletcher scored 2, didn't he?
So and he got man of the match.
I presume he did, yeah.
He did.
Probably not you.
Yeah.
Should have been you.
I was only on for 10 minutes.
Doesn't matter.
Still, you're the one that wrote the headlines on that
I was
day.
jumping about my living room.
But how much did that mean, do you feel, to the club, to the fans, the Manchester derby? It's a special, special occasion.
I think at the time it was just, I think Manchester United were looking over at Man City thinking they're, you know, a threat all of a sudden.
Well, it was Tevez's first Manchester derby.
Had just moved and of course came here, and then there was the welcome to Manchester sign and the noisy neighbours reply and all that. It was just bubbling up, and I think it was the first time that Sir Alex was looking over and thinking, oh, they're going to give us a real fight in the coming years. So there was a lot of bad blood in that, you know, around that era, and thankfully we managed to win that one.
And for yourself, you just said you were jumping around your living room. How old were you at the stage? This would have been 2009. I think you were 86,
Don't
aren't
make me feel old, mate, please.
I was 20, was I 22?
22?
Yeah, something like that. But no, obviously, it's a derby. I'm a United fan, so, you know, when you see a United player score that way, and I just remember the Giggsy pass, it was like slow motion. Well, for you, probably felt.
Probably was. I was 30 on at the time.
But no, it was a great moment as a United fan, and so yeah, and half of my family are City fans as well, so I was getting one on them as well.
Right.
So thank you, Mike. Thank you, Michael.
Speaking of strikers, Benjamin Sesko, what are your thoughts on him? He gets his start here today. Big names have joined the Premier League this summer, and he's yet to make his mark. Yet.
Yes, I mean, he hasn't been really given a chance yet, has he? I mean, he's come off the bench a couple of times, and he's certainly got a huge presence. And starting him in a game like this is a big call. He's obviously been showing something in training. But listen, if you're going to pay that type of money, then you've got to eventually put them in, give them their chance. It's not like Manchester United have been scoring millions of goals over the last few years. They're desperate for a number 9. So could he be the one? I mean, it's not many bigger stages to go and show your stuff.
No, certainly not the case. He could become a folk hero just by scoring in this one specific fixture. Kid, I want to know your thoughts about Sesko here. It is a brave and bold call from the manager.
I think it is, but like Michael says, spend all that money, you've got to trust him and put him in eventually at some stage, and it's, you know, no bigger game or better game than this one to come and do it. I mean, also with settling in, I remember playing against Bergkamp, which second or third game at Arsenal, and he was off the pace initially. It does take players coming from a different country a bit of time to settle in quite often, so it's sort of understandable because it's so frenetic and so quick pace, the Premier League. You know, understandably it takes players that little bit of time to settle in.
What about the rest of the selection, Danny?
Pardon?
What about the rest of the selection? Casemiro on the bench?
Yeah, I think we said we were surprised by that. I've not been a fan of Ugarte with recent times. I was
Why?
at the Grimsby game, thought he was poor, he looked slow. I don't really know right now what his main attribute is. He's supposed to win the ball back and keep it simple, and I said I was at the Grimsby game when he got dragged off at half-time. So yeah, that's a big worry, but listen, maybe he's done well in training this week and he looks a bit sharper than he did against Grimsby, but for me, the middle of the parks is where United have been struggling, and I don't think he's the man.
You're a Manchester boy, Kobe Mainu on the bench. There's been a lot of talk about his future, of course, in the summer, but he stayed at the club. Ruben Amorim has been talking about the situation over the last few days as well.
Yeah, I just think, look, he's a local lad, and why wouldn't you want to play a local lad in a derby day? Because he knows what it means to him, his family, and the fans. I was expecting to see him on the team sheet today, but maybe he's got to do a bit more in training, to get the manager's wish to play.
All right, we've almost run out of time with you, Michael, so let me ask you 2 questions. As a former Premier League top scorer, who's going to get the Golden Boot at the end of the season, do you feel?
Ooh, that's a good question, yeah.
No better person to ask, really.
No, it's hotting up now, isn't it? Obviously, Isak going to Liverpool, he could have a chance, and then you've got Erling
Gyökeres at
Haaland,
Arsenal, who scored again.
Yes, he's on 3 already, isn't he? And then Mo Salah's always there. I'll play safe and go Mo Salah.
Mo Salah?
Yeah.
Okay. Gents, in agreement, disagreement?
Haaland still, I think, will top scorer.
Haaland for you.
Still backing him.
Oh, Isak.
Isak.
Yeah, I think he's got loads of chances.